Okay, I think I'm good. It's always hard to tell on VR. But, greetings everyone. OG here. Jacqueline, Jack, Jackogień, Ojin. Whatever you want to call me. I'm here. Welcome to another VR Chat and Chill, where I have a lot to talk about. This. The amazing digital circus. I also have a lot of things to talk about life in general. But I want to talk about digital circus a bit to start. Because it kind of ties into a couple things. I'm pretty sure a while back I showed the YouTube short in my live chat. I forget what the name of the character is, but the creator is called Okay, So Here's the Thing, is the name of the creator. And they made a short on one of their original characters. And the whole short was pretty much like 50 seconds of just silence as the character came to the realization that they could choose their own gender. Between seeing that short, not even like a day or two after watching the last act, on top of the events of the last act / episode 9, because the last act is episode 8 and 9 together, but I'm obviously going to focus on episode 9 and just the series as a whole. Oh my gosh. Did it leave me with a lot of questions about myself. And I'm still working on those questions. I'm 70% sure on an answer. I've mentioned in one of the previous VR chats, I'm fairly confident that when I move out and I'm on my own, I'm gonna want to use they, she pronouns and identify as a fembe. But that realization came because of this and because of that YouTube short. Both of those two together helped me kind of realize that I can't mask for the rest of my life. I can't mask. I can't pretend to be someone I'm not. What is Kane singing? I saw Kane singing in that direction, but okay. That kind of caught me off. I thought it was just ambience here. Hello, Dia Theater? Hopefully I'm pronouncing that okay. Hopefully you're doing well. Meow as well. Hopefully you're doing well. Good fembe, not true. But no, genuinely, I want to talk about this. I know Digital Circus as a series and a finale is controversial. Some folks just do not care for the ending of it. Some people think it wasn't written well. Some people, again, it's a form of media. Everyone's allowed to have their opinions on it. For me, saying it was perspective shattering would kind of be an understatement. Everything that I thought I knew about Jax was kind of wrong. I saw where people got the idea, and everything makes sense in hindsight, right? But without knowing her entire character arc, I just thought Jax was overcompensating for something, but I had no idea what it was. Now that I know everything, now that I know that she really was a misunderstood chicken fetus in an egg, and that she masked herself and became just so enthralled with being an asshole and pushing people away and being a jerk to people to sort of try to hide how she was really feeling inside and everything that she was going through. was genuinely her story. She basically had a negative character arc, right? She didn't really get any better throughout the entire series, which is defined by a negative character arc, where you start off somewhere and you just get progressively worse and worse and worse. Until, she abstracted. And just looking at everything that was, it's insane. It's incredible. I love it. I get a feeling after hearing people talk about it after episode 8, and going back on previous episodes before 9 came out, it became so crystal clear to us. See, I was still like, okay, I see that they could go in this direction, but I need to see it. I literally went into, okay, here's how I went into the finale for Digital Circus. I went in with just a completely clear mind. I put everything I knew from episode 1 to 8, and that was it. I just took what I knew from episode 1 through 8, did not think about any fan theories, didn't think about any... Can my headset stop doing that? Okay. I didn't think about any theories, I didn't think about any expectations, I just went in to watch. And oh my gosh. Wow. It's even hard to put into words just how impactful it was. Because that's the thing about me, okay? The thing about me is most of my life, I feel like I've had to mask. Either because I was always too outgoing, or too loud, or overly expressive, or not being socially appropriate, or just feeling like I had to put on a perfect version of myself to quote-unquote fit in. And I think part of that is me being on the spectrum and me being a perfectionist. Is like, I felt like I had to just be something I wasn't. So to say I sympathize and empathize with Jax would be an understatement. It doesn't excuse her actions for her being an asshole, especially towards Gangle. But everything adds up now. I understand her entire character arc. And I take her message as a cautionary tale. I take her downfall, her abstraction, as a cautionary tale of what could happen if you continue to push people away, if you continue to bottle things up, if you don't open up and aren't honest with yourself. I take that very seriously. Hello, Julian Chat. Hopefully you're doing well. You just gave me these jewel things. I don't know what it is. Jewel things, they're basically, if you use them, it gives the creator money, essentially. It's just like a promotion. You can use them, and you can use them for free. But it's YouTube's way of basically testing out a feature by giving people free jewels to use. It's essentially like, for Twitch users, it's basically the same thing as like the bits in Twitch. Is what that is. But it's like Destiny tell you that you still have some eggshells left to remove, so to speak. Yeah, no, I kind of agree with that, Andy. The thing is, as much as I take Jax's tale and cautionary tale, I still feel like I need my mask to survive right now. I can't fully embrace myself. Not publicly. I mean, I'm kind of doing it publicly here, but I can't do it fully. But I'm telling you right now, this finale, this show, has left a mark on my soul I can't even put into words. Like, it's genuinely insane. Hello, Wally. Hopefully you're doing well. Gives less money to the creator and more money to YouTube themselves, though. Yeah, that's true. But, yeah. Point is, though, can I relate to that struggle? Yeah, I've always been a person who, well, in the sense of Digital Circus, I've always been a Ragatha. I've always been wanting to be a people pleaser, putting other people's joy over my own, trying to be a perfectionist, trying to just even fit in to some extent. We actually had a similar experience to her, Lee. I'm sorry about that, Pearl Cherry and Vi. Just seeing Jax's story. On top of that other YouTube short I mentioned, sometimes I worry I'm faking these feelings, but then I think back to sophomore year of college is when I explored my gender identity a little bit. I remember trying on a dress and a skirt and shaving my legs, and it felt euphoric. It felt nice. I remember even making a silly comment like, oh my gosh, I feel like I can like do like one of those fancy karate kicks like you see like in the movie like Black Widow or something. It felt nice. It made me feel a little bit of joy about my body when other times I'm not really happy with my own appearance. So I want to do it again. I want to try again. I want to see how it feels, and I want to see how it is talking like Lynn for a day. And if it's really as nice as I remember, and if my feelings are true. Because again, part of me is worried. Part of me is having that fear of, what if I'm faking this? What if I'm, you know, all these what ifs and second guesses. We're really glad we didn't turn out at least completely like her. I'm really glad you didn't either. I don't want anyone abstracting. Because to just rip off the band-aid and not sugarcoat it, it's been confirmed abstraction is suicide. That was confirmed. That's what abstraction is. I don't want anyone doing that. I want people to be who they are. If you really were faking, you know you were. Well, then that confirms I'm not. It's genuinely euphoric. It's genuinely nice. It's like I can express myself in a way I've never done before. My controller just glitched there. I genuinely crave and have so much excitement and anxiety and fear about Friday. You can't fake something accidentally. That's good to know. Because I feel comfortable with it. I did feel comfortable with it, and I think I still do. Hell, I remember even just shaving, like, my shoulder, because I know I could. And I know I could hide it. And I really like how my shoulders feel. A feeling to see in my eyes. That's so true. If it turns out wrong, that doesn't mean you were faking. That just a step towards finding out who you really are. See, a lot of my soul just says a feminine envy. I love envy. I love being referred to as they, them. The whole, as I know you guys just do it as a tease and a bit, but the genuine good envy and good femby thing, it genuinely feels like such a genuine compliment. I feel the warmth in my soul when I see it. So, I know I can't fake that warmth. I can't. I know when my soul lights up like that. It's a true feeling. It's a raw emotion. So I know it's real. Just like that feeling I have towards this show. I know it's silly, but I was afraid to like this show because it was quote-unquote popular and a cringe show or whatever. But, oh my gosh, I love Jax. I know she's not the greatest person, but her as a character and her story is... it means a lot to me. I want you to feel comfortable. Thanks. Thank you, you three. I don't know if I mentioned this, but do you know, I forget what it's called. You know how you have the animates figures that are like the smaller figure? Then you have the mini animates, and then you have like the really big figure. I forget what the really big figure is called, but it's like animates, mini animates, and then it's like the big figure. We watched it before it even got popular. We're glad that didn't deter you. Yeah, I watched it. I loved episode 3. Episode 1 and 2 I thought were nice, but it didn't really latch on to my soul until the Mildenhall Manor, the conversation that Kinger had with Pomni. Also, if it wasn't clear, I have a little top 3 characters of the show. Jax, after the finale, has become number 1. Second place is kind of a tie, but it can alternate depending on how I feel between Kinger and Kane. Those are basically the top 3 for me: Jax, Kinger, and Kane. Zubul and Gangle are up next, and then Ragatha and Pomni, and other characters like Ribbit and Kaufmo. I love them all. Don't get me wrong, I don't dislike a single character in the Digital Circus. But for me, Jax's story just elevated her to the top. Kane and Kinger also mean a lot to me. I see... Kinger's just the best dad, honestly. Our second favorite now, and probably Ragatha, but we love every single one of them. Ragatha's also a really good character. She would be higher for me if she had more screen time. That, and her and Pomni saying like they're like the closest friends. I wish I could see that more. It wasn't much screen time with just Ragatha and Pomni. And I wish there was for that moment. I really do, because I feel like Pomni is closest to Kinger from everything I've seen in the episodes. So for me, that felt a little bit like a plot hole. Just to me. I thought, like, if we got to see Pomni and Ragatha hang out more or interact one-on-one more, I could have been more believed into them being the closest with each other, or Ragatha being Pomni's first true friend. Because to me, I think Pomni's first true friend was really Kinger after the Mildenhall Manor. That's the way I interpreted it, anyway. Swoogie are perfect for each other. It feels off to see one without the other. No, right? They complement each other very well. To hang out with other people. I mean, that's fair, but also keep in mind how emotional Gangle was. And the line that really sells it for me is that Gangle said that she just genuinely can't tell when Ragatha's being genuine or not. Because she means well, but she can't tell that when it's supposed to be genuine. Let's just see Kane become friends with the cast, right? No, that was like, okay, that elevated my status for Kane a little bit. Like, I love Kane even before everything, but like, how Kane ended? Kane and Jax are two sides of like the same coin in a way. Where Kane actually took the steps to try to improve and understand and better himself, while Jax just pushed everyone away, and because of that, she abstracted. Oh, she had any kind of moment where Pomni reunited with Gummy Goo. Oh, that would be kind of cute, actually. But that's the thing, the worlds are open now. Pomni could always visit Gummy Goo. And the two never talked after that. You know, that's one of the things I wish to see is that I wish all the characters kind of interacted with each other a little bit more. I get it, it's a limited series, it's only 9 episodes, but I would have loved to see more moments, especially for Ragatha, Gangle, and Zooble. At least that's a positive note. The floodgates for fanfiction is wide open. People can just write in whatever they want with the new status of the circus. For episode 6, I didn't like Jax at all, but after episode 6, I was really interested in her character. I liked Jax as an antagonist. The thing about me is there's a huge, and let me clarify this, a huge difference between liking a character versus like for like what their role is in the story in the world versus liking the character because you relate to the character or because you think that character's a good person. There's a difference between a good character and a good person. For me, I liked Jax as a character because I'm interested in assholes. No, don't take that out of context. Don't you dare. But no, I'm genuinely interested in, okay, when I see an antagonistic character, when I see someone being a jerk or an asshole, my brain instantly goes, okay, but why though? Why do they act the way they do? I want to understand what makes them act the way they do. You know you're interested in asshole. I didn't mean it like that! Also, you hush too, Barry. I know you do. Just hush. In the series, cracking open Jack's lore back in episode 2, we could tell there was so much more to tell. Ass. Wow. But no, genuinely, like, I like characters because I want to see if there is a deeper, like, lore or reason why they act the way they do. Or, I'm also a fan of just unapologetically chaotic evil, right? I like chaotic evil characters, like Marx from Kirby. That's just a demon. Marx is literally just a creature who thrives on chaos and just wanted to rule Popstar. I like that. I like characters that are like that. Or Fawful from Bowser's Inside Story and like the earlier Mario and Luigi series. Like, Fawful is just a silly little bean character with swirly glasses and with food analogies and basically the theater kid of the Mario universe who just wants to plaster his face on everything. I love that. I love the chaos of it all. I really do. Jevil also is in that department a little bit. Dementio is unapologetically himself and just wanting to like rewrite the universe in his own image. I like characters that are like that, but I also love antagonists that have depth. Characters that might have something underneath. some characters that have an egg that needs to be cracked open. And in Jax's case is quite literal. Jax is a very, well, some people say Jax isn't a very complicated character, but I will say Jax has a lot of emotions. And a lot of that emotions I can understand doesn't justify her actions, especially with how she harassed Gangle. But I will say that I still love her as a character. And that's why I mentioned earlier the big animates. What I was trying to point at is I got the big one for Jax. I did. I literally, leaving the theater, I scanned the QR code and I pre-ordered it instantly. Because I knew that Jax was a character that I'm always going to go back to, look at her arc, look at her story, and be like, wow, I don't want to go down that path. I don't want to abstract. I can't push people away. I can't hide myself forever. I need to be honest with myself. I need to be open with people. And I need to communicate. I don't have to do that with everyone. But I have to be more honest with myself. And I need to reach out when I'm at my lowest low. I can't just sit alone with my thoughts. I can't spiral deeper. Some people know how hard it is to deal with handling people with issues like that. What I now love about her story, right? Like, okay, I know people who I want to reach out. I want folks to feel better, but I also don't want to be a pain in the ass, so I don't pry. You know? There's so many things that recontextualize and parallels that people didn't catch. You know, genuinely, I don't know how I didn't catch. I'm just a misunderstood little chicken fetus in an egg that needs to be cracked open. How that I didn't connect to, like, the definition of an egg in the trans community, I don't know how I didn't clock that on my first rewatch. I don't know. Or, like, I didn't, not my first rewatch, but my first watch. How did I not contextualize that? How did I not get that? I'm the NB that literally used to watch people read out, like, Reddit posts from Egg IRL. I used to do that all the time. I'm trying to think of teenagers think of the written by Busy Pop. That's crazy, Barry. Okay. I'm not reading that all out loud. Would have been the dust way soon. That is true. If it wasn't for Pomni, Jax would have extracted, like, episode 7. Aren't you supposed to be miserable about your ability to choose your body or something? Jax desperately wishing she had that. That's so true. And the way that, like, she looks away, like, after, like, Zubul admitted that they were getting comfortable with being able to change themselves. Oh my gosh. I'll send it to you and fine, Barry. Grr. Let's get a change of pace. Cause I don't know what else to talk about. Other than just, gosh, I love the Digital Circus. I love the finale. I know other people might not, but for me, did it have some flaws? Absolutely. Did I still love it? Oh, absolutely. Did I relate to it and it helped crack my egg a bit? Yeah. Yeah, it did. Oh, that's how she interpreted Zubul's dysphoria when it's the complete opposite of that. Yeah, right? Like, should binge the entire show. Oh, you should. Holy projecting. You know, Jax, she's the definition of projecting. It is crazy. We talk about Callie being the best idol. Debatable. I like Callie, don't get me wrong, but Marina's right there. Trust me, Marina got Pearl to alt F4. If that's not best idol material, I don't know what is. Let's see. Let's just look under quest compatible here. Let's go to the cabin. I don't think we've been to the cabin in a bit. Never hated the ability to change, just the fact that most of the parts don't suit them. Yeah, that's true. But phew, Callie Cuttlefish, wow. I mean, yeah, that's why it's okay. That's why I like give the distinction. There's a difference between empathizing with a character and forgiving that character for what they've done. I empathize with Jax, but I don't forgive her for everything she's done either. She was an asshole. She was. That's just how, you know. But I still love her character. Oh, we love her so much as a character. Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like, she's a tragic character by definition. She never got the chance to. She never gave. I shouldn't say she never got the chance. She had multiple chances. She never gave herself a chance to change or do better. You know, like, it's sad because she did it to herself, but it's still like that's why that's why I love her story so much. She reaped what she sowed, and I will forever, as long as I have. Every time I look at Jax now, it's sort of like a bittersweet feeling of thank you. I'm sorry you suffered, but thank you for being this character and really opening up my eyes and other people's eyes to what could have been a worst case scenario for a lot of people. And good evening, Alex. Hopefully you're doing well. Alright, tells Polly that he won't miss her if she abstracted, especially when the Polly's worst fear in episode 2. That, but also keep in mind just how much Jax is projecting, because she couldn't even think up a scenario in her mindscape of Pomni abstracting, right? Like, Jax couldn't comprehend the idea of Pomni abstracting. Like, there wasn't, like, she locked down that intrusive thought so that no one could see, not even herself. She had the intrusive thoughts of what she would do if Gangle or Zubul or Ragatha abstracted, but for Pomni's, she locked it down. There's a really cool parallel in episode 5 that we don't think anyone caught until recently. I'm trying to remember episode 5 off the top of my head, but let's play this video. I mean, is it loading? I don't know if it's working. Is it YouTube? Oh, there it goes. Oops. Okay, it was just lagging. Oops. Okay, now it's really lagging. Okay. I queued up too much. I had to be more patient, apparently. Oopsie. I'm sorry, I don't think anyone caught the reason. Remember when the camera went to Ragatha's right side and evil Ragatha was taunting her in the distance? Yeah? Isn't she wonderful? Isn't she lovely? Since Sparkles, yippee! Thanks for the Sparkles Stardust. Hopefully you're doing well. Sorry, I was just listening to Isn't She Lovely? Isn't she wonderful? I'll pause it for now to catch up on chat here. The same shot happened with Jax and Evil Jax, but mirrored, and both evil variants mentioned a deep insecurity of the regular person. Nobody loves you and you're going to die someday, was the evil Ragatha said, and Ragatha wasn't even really phased. But Jax had a complete meltdown over, don't worry, I think you look good in the dress and the makeup. That's true. I love sparkles. Yeah, sparkles are awesome. You recommended a few times as spoilers for the last act, but I didn't realize that it was this song, so I didn't get spoiled. Understandable. I'm glad you didn't. But no, genuinely, Isn't She Lovely's is a great song for a montage about Jax before she abstracted. Because that's who Jax is inside. Truly, she's a closeted trans woman who never got to experience. It's sad, but it's what happened. Also, I can't really play Isn't She Lovely on piano, but I can try to play my other things I like to play. Dang it. There we go. I don't know, like 2 songs. Getting grabbed. I know a few. No. There we go. A little simple tack for you. Hold on, let me pop in the camera here. Bloop. Let me reverse. Hello. Live chat's over here. I'm reading off of. I have the piano. There we go. All right. Da, 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 da. Da-da-da-dun, da-dun. Dun. Yay! Okay. We're so happy seeing it got more explicit in episode 9. We kind of realized that between 8 and 9, we never had a moment like that with a show where we got super invested in a theory, let alone it turning out correct. No, that's awesome to hear, though. That's so cool. Like, the only theory, the only show that I was like that when I was younger, probably should have realized I was queer sooner, but, I grew up watching Steven Universe. And one of the major theories that I didn't really believe, but that was super popular, was about rose quartz being pink diamond. No idea it was going to be real. I didn't think it made any sense. Anyway, point is, I didn't think it made any sense. Then, it turned out to be real. Garnet being a fusion, too, was a theory before it got confirmed. And I kind of believed that one, because I thought I saw her have 2 gemstones, and I was like, huh, that would make sense. And it was. Let me think of another song. Gotta do my classic. So do 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 do. No. I can do this anyway. Anyway. Do 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 do. Yay, believer. It's hard to do it in VR, like, because I have to, like, hold my hand weird to do the single paw and then do the. I can do it way better on an actual piano than VR here. Let me. Trying to turn off the camera. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna carry all with me. It's fine. Listen and hear the sound the birds are singing. Sit down a while and watch the flowers blooming. A pleasant breeze flows by, leaving a trail of dust. This is your fault, right? Standing in the corridor. Who thought we'd be here like this together? On a day like this, I have to ask, what is it that you want? Oh, trying to eat the glass. Oh, it just kind of stuck. I just want to drink my wine. Ah, ah. Is it getting any lower? I can't tell. Yay! I drank it! Okay. I want to throw it. Yummer. Glass. Got some whiskey on the rocks. Yummer. Little hangout table with pool. Some chess. Ooh, I don't think I was in this room before. This is new. I don't think I entered this room last time I was in this world. Yeah, because I would have recognized the YouTube video player here. I'm gonna play that again. Isn't she lovely? Am I too short or too tall? Isn't she wonderful? Why can't I go that way? Am I seriously that tall? Oh, okay, there we go. Hey, arcade. Oh, just a helicopter, okay. Oh, well. Hello, Puggy. Hopefully you're doing well. Ooh, rocks, yummer. Wordle? Is this actual Wordle? Hold on. Oh, it is. The brightness on this tablet's way too bright. I can barely see it. Yeah, I can barely see it. It's way too bright. We had the screen like Mario 64. Yeah, that's true. I think there's another loft up here. Isn't she lovely? Let's do some Splatoon lo-fi. Do 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 do. Do do do. Do do do. Do do do. Glass and rocks and dirt and mud. Yummer. Hitting the first ever TADC. That's awesome. Play Radioactive? I used to. Like the do 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 do. I'm sure if I had like a physical actual piano, I probably could like manage it. I recognize that artist. I think that artist who made that artwork there works with Yume, I'm pretty sure, on a lot of things. We'll listen to some Demon Gummies though. To hop back on VR. Yippee! Oh, that's this doorway. Oh, that just takes us here. Cool. Ow! Do 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 do. I like that there's actual rooms with doors and stuff. Kind of cool. I like this world. This world's neat. Oh, oh. Da, 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 da. Got a nice seating area, the moon, and a hot tub too. It's possible to check into stream and pay her a little visit. Oh, probably. I don't know if I can watch streams through this. I haven't really tested it out. I usually just use it for lo-fi. Do, 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 do. Oh, I didn't check out this dock area over here. Or there's something over there too. I don't think I've checked out either of those. I love that there's so much to this world that I didn't see the first time around. Little fire pit on the dock. This is lovely. Moon looks cool. Agreed. Big old moon. I'm gonna do the floor. I like to sit down. Like that. The stars do look beautiful. I just gotta move live chat. Y'all are not where I want you to be. Move you right over here. That's beautiful that you do. I can never be as bright as that. But I appreciate the compliment. Maybe we can take the trash out. Good luck. Don't make the gross liquid from the trash land on your foot. That's the worst thing. I'll be honest with y'all, this was a very impulsive stream. I knew I wanted to talk about the Digital Circus finale, which we did. But other than that, I don't really know what else to yap. I already talked about my identity. How I'm a little on the fence, but I think that's just genuine, just anxiety and nerves and everything. I didn't say bright, you said beautiful. Well, still, I don't think I'm beautiful. Darkness says it's beauty too. No, I agree on that. Trust me, if there's one thing that proves that to me, it's goth girls. I'm sorry. That was a little silly of me. But it's true. Goth girls are... wow. Anyway. But no, getting back to what I was saying. I didn't really have much in particular I wanted to talk about. Just Digital Circus and my own feelings. Cherry takes that as a compliment. Well, you go, girl, slay. Or isn't she lovely post, but it didn't get harder, so I deleted it. In place of a new one in case the original comment was mean or on accident. I didn't get a notification. So I always heart the comments I read and I get a notification about. So I'm gonna just, maybe YouTube automatically hit it for some reason. I never saw it, but I'll double check that post after stream if I remember. Most likely what's gonna happen though is I'm probably gonna pass out and then... Point is, don't take offense if I don't heart a comment. The heart is just to signify that I saw it and I read it. Sometimes YouTube automatically hides comments, or sometimes I just don't ever get around to it. I know there's a lot of people who left comments on my shorts that I never got around to hearting. And it's just because I never got to it. By the way, do you folks know the artwork of Jax that Goosework made on Blue Sky? Because if you do, genuinely, that outfit is what I'm striving for. That's something I want to look for, something similar to that. You know those kind of shirts that like reveal the shoulders? That's that kind of like crop top that shows off the shoulders. That's kind of what I want to look for at Hot Topic when I go. I think would be pretty cool. I think that's what I want to look for Lynn on Friday. For me to wear. Look pretty in that. I hope. I don't know if I will, but I hope so. I don't have Blue Sky. I would show it on a regular stream. But that outfit, oh my gosh, that's the exact style I want. Like the kind of like emo. The best way I can describe the style I want is genuinely emo gamer girl energy. That's the genuine vibe I want to go for. Deltarune in 13 hours. Yippee! Hopefully you all have fun. I'm sadly going to hold off till after TMG, but I will definitely stream it when I am back. After me, and after the 30th, I have a collab planned, I think, on the 30th. You would rock that style? I hope. My only concern is I got a little bit of chub. I'm a little squishy, but I still hope I look pretty good with it. After we wait until Friday. No, Deltarune Friday. How's the silly Femby? I'm not bad. We talked a lot about Digital Circus. We talked about life. I'm just talking about my style I want to do for Friday. I will say, I can say this very confidently. After the stream, fam is going to be asleep. My tights came in for Hex. I got these like purple tights, not all purple, but they're like the black and purple that like the Pokemon trainer tights for Ghost type trainer from Pokemon Sword and Shield. Those came in the mail today. So I'm excited to try those on. If they feel really nice, that'll definitely be a tell for a lot of things. Sure, folks can still be true. That is true. There was a lot of very. Also, they give really great hugs. There was, okay, a little bit of a story time. I sadly didn't continue this. I basically was in a situationship with someone freshman year of college. And she was, wow. Hugging her felt like I was sinking into a beanbag chair. She was, wow. I can't even put it into words, but sadly we didn't really do much else other than like video chat and hang out a little bit in person. Mostly because I hope she's okay right now. But the thing about her that we sort of like didn't see eye to eye on a little bit. Again, never naming names when I talk about like personal stories and stuff like that, just to protect like personal, like in private life and stuff. But it didn't work out because she didn't really know how to handle herself. In the sense of, she was trying to change herself. And I questioned her on why she was doing that in a way. Basically, without beating around the bush and without being subtle about it, she was bi, but she wanted to change that about herself. She didn't want to be bi. She wanted to focus on Sky Daddy and see if that could change her, which I didn't vibe with. I thought that for me, you shouldn't bottle up or change who you are for some other influence. If you want to change, you should change because you're changing to reflect who you truly are. But to change and confine yourself, it was a lot. What she got out of that is accepting herself now. I agree. I really hope she is. Because she was very nice. And oh, Dr. Swablu, I haven't seen you in a while. Hopefully you're doing well. Welcome to my VR chat and chill. We just kind of talk about life, listen to lo-fi, explore VR chat worlds, looking up at the stars, gazing into the fire. Just talking, hanging out, really. But yeah, that was... I've been good, still busy with school. Understandable, though. If memory serves me right, aren't you, like, some form of medical school? Like, that takes a lot of schooling. Like, hence the doctor thing. I think, right? Or is my memory wrong on that? I don't know you play VRC. Yeah, no, this is a newer thing. I got a proper PC set up. I got a proper link cable. You're pretty close. Yeah, I thought you were something medical, which takes, like, a lot of schooling. Oh, photography. Oh, okay, cool. I thought you were in something that took a lot of school stuff. But hopefully you're doing well. It's nice to see you again after a while. A lot has changed, actually, since I last talked to you. I think before, when we communicated, I wasn't an NB, and I'm definitely NB now. Go by they, them. But now I'm also second-guessing if I might be possibly trans femme. It's a maybe. It's like a 75% maybe, but it's definitely there. I just need to really experiment and express myself. Luckily, I'll have an opportunity to with me going to a convention. You're such a good Fempy. No, I'm not. Nuh-uh, not at all. Grrrrrrrr. From iPhone 15 Pro to 17 Pro. Wow. Neat. I see a gay before and I'm still stupid gay. Yippee! We love stupid gay. Good fem. Not true. Stop it. I'm not good. I'm just a femby in general. A fem-leaning NB. A feminine NB. You know, I'm more of, chat, what's a good word to describe me? Aloof? I think I'm aloof and oblivious. It's like much of this chat, so yeah, no, I feel like I'm a little silly and stupid, too. / positive. I tried to set up a VRC stream where the camera isn't your POV. Oh! We have that. I just find it easier to talk with the first person sometimes. I swap between doing this and that sometime. I bounce around a bit. This isn't my actual render though. I am working on getting an Ojin avatar. This avatar is called Renus. That I found. It's just a canine with a red hoodie. Stupid lesbian ×3. Yippee! Yeah, no, it's cool. I sometimes do this. I take it around with me. I was gonna really do a lot more of this after I get my own avatar. Boops the snoot. Oh, grr. Bap, bap, bap. Get bapped. Bap. After VRC before I want to start doing so. How hard is it to set up? It depends on how close you are to your PC, because I'm air linked. I figured out for me, air linking's the best way to do it. I just like have a USB cable that I can connect into it if my headset's low, and then I just air link it to my PC, which is still like right next to me. So it's not too difficult. It just definitely takes some experimentation, especially with popping out the chat and having the chat readable. The number one thing with it is once you have chat popped out, you have to leave your cursor in the text box so that the chat constantly updates. If you don't, chat will look like it's frozen and not update. It is a learning curve, but once you do that, it's golden. Cable for my Quest and my PC. That also works. I will say though, at least for me, the USB and link cables I got sucked. They pop out all the time. Frozen Snowgrave. Wow, Deltarune. But yes. See, the one thing I don't like about this is like, I yap, but then you can't see the stars. I want to look up at the stars. I could do it like this. Kind of. That way I'm kind of still looking up at the stars a bit. And I can turn back and look. Something like this. I want to gaze at the fire. I want to look at the stars. I don't know. Camera angle, not my best thing. Not my best work. That's why I sometimes just boop, first person it. Or maybe you just be worn out. I don't know how old your headset is. Mine's a hand-me-down headset, so probably worn out. I have the first party one. Then maybe it'll work better. This headset's a hand-me-down though from behind the kernel. So pretty stars, true. I love stars so much. Stars and fire. Wider angle lens? I can do this. Hold on. There's a thing I can do with the scroll, and I can... Oh wait, that's brightness. Hold on. Blah. I can do that. There you go. But now I have to move the chat over to like here. So I have to like do this. Move the chat, pick it up, move it about right here. And I accidentally closed the chat, which happens a lot, so I have to reopen it. I put y'all right around here. Trying to angle it like that. That should be good. On the campfire and sing a campfire song. Our CAMPFIRESONG song. Okay, Barry. Ah, silly. Ah, man. I'm sorry, my head just kind of kaput. We won't sing the whole sentence. Wow. Do 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 do. So I talked about TMG. Talked about Digital Circus. Talked about my own identity. Is there anything you all want to chat about? I don't really know what else to say about Deltarune other than Deltarune tomorrow. And that I'll be experiencing that when I come back from my trip. Either right before 4th of July or right after 4th of July. Really not sure what to say. I love the crackling of the fireplace though. That is such a good sound effect. Did I say the word? No, chat wasn't updating for me, Wally. What did you say for the word to describe me? There's a lot of folks that have to scroll. Wally, what did you say? I just got excited to see Dr. Swallow because I haven't seen him in a while. Furry conventions when? I mean, TMG has some first. Sonic had 35th anniversary. Yippee! 35th birthday. The word was real. Oh, well, that's fitting. I will say, I want to be real with my emotions. I know other folks usually focus in on locking in with a brand or something. What cons would you want to go to? I don't know. Probably something like Philadelphia or Furry would probably be able to drive to. I mean, unless... Wait, no. Furry is in the other part of Canada, right? I thought it was in Quebec. If it's in Quebec area, I could drive to it. But if it's not, then I definitely can't. I haven't given it much thought, sadly. And welcome back, Sergeant Stickman. You gonna watch fireworks or light them off on the 4th of July? Yeah. Isn't Anthrocon huge? I would be terrified to go to Anthrocon, honestly. That sounds like a lot of people. Infernal Equinox is in Toronto. They'll be at Anthrocon in 2 weeks. What is Furry then? It's like F-U-R-E-H. I don't know where that one is. I thought that one was... A large con can be overwhelming. This will be my 3rd year. Wow. You know, I fear going to big cons because my con I go to is too many games. Had a hard day. Oh, right. You know, I remember. Actually, Pearl, Cherry, Vi. I thought about you three recently. At a local fair I was helping out with, they were having fireworks. And, like, my first reaction to hearing the big boom was like, oh my gosh, Pearl, Cherry, and Violet would not be happy about this. Except, for one, there was a single type of firework that they used. Oh, it's in Alberta, is Furry. Okay. But yeah, there was a single type of firework they used that didn't make any noise, and it shot up and explode, like, kind of like quote unquote exploded, but without a boom, sent off little flares in all different directions and fizzled out without any noise. I saw that and I was like, that right there, that might be a firework those three would actually like. No loud boom, just pretty lights across the sky. I wish I like recorded it so I could figure out the name of it, but they exist. That confirmed the existence to me that there are fireworks out there that don't make loud kabooms, just the pretty lights in the sky. So it exists. There are types like it. I just gotta figure out more. Where are you from, if I can ask? The closest I will say is PA. That is the closest I will ever give. Because good luck finding one NB, 1 out of 12 million people. So that's something I am comfortable with giving, is at least the state, because it's like, okay, I'm 1 in 12 million. Teehee, that makes me feel safe enough. That's nice that it does exist. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh my gosh, we need more fireworks like that. Without the big boom. PS behind you. Found you. They're in the walls. They're in the goddamn walls. Okay, anyway. I heard Furry find me, and now I need to get my paws on a fursuit. Yippee! That's cool, Sergeant Stickman. You know, the convention I go to yearly, or if I can afford so, Too Many Games. Too Many Games is the one convention that I want to lock down and go to every year, if I can. It's not too big, but it's still big enough to have cool stuff. Which is a large city near me, like an hour away. Good luck finding me. You know, that's fair. I just say the state. So, PA. Good. Don't actually find me or dox me or anything, please and thank you. Out of respect, but I will say I am Pennsylvanian. I found their location. Move, move, move. No, 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 no. Wait, 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 wait. Wait, 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 wait. I will say, that would terrify the crap out of me, but you know what would, like, genuinely make me feel nice? We know where you live. You live on Earth. How? How'd you know? Anyway. But no, for real, like, I will say, one thing that would flatter me is if someone actually recognized me at a con or something. Like, if I posted a picture on, like, Blue Sky or whatever, and someone was like, wait, you're Jack, or you're Lynn, or you're Ocean. I had that happen to me once. One time. And it was last year. I made a YouTube short with my roller. And then the next day at TMG, someone came up to me and was like, I just saw your short yesterday. And I was like, no way! And then I had someone else comment under my cosplay short, being like, oh, hey, I was the Agent 3 cosplayer. So that was pretty cool. Although people I know IRL are more likely to kill me than anyone IRL. Honestly, that's so fair and real. I think my right controller's dying. Pretty sure my right controller's dying. Either that or the battery's loose inside of it. I've had it happen a few times. Yeah, I'm sorry that happened to you, Dr. Swablu. There was a furry there with a life-size dynamo roller. Wow! I had them roll over me. That's awesome, though. That's cool. Damn lucky. Wow. You want to be rolled over, Mike? I mean, I do too, but... what happens between me and Rolly stays between me and Rolly. Typically. I got a full suit. Yippee! That's cool. Okay, I think I... yeah, no, my controller's just dead. Okay. Wasn't sure. Now I'm sure. My right hand's dead. Hello, Robo. Hopefully you're doing well. Every roller lover does. Yippee! Who needs hands handy? Yeah, I don't need my right hand. I only got my left now. Happy Pride! Yippee! Thanks for the jewels and happy Pride! Yippee! Hopefully you're doing well, Robo, and same with everyone's, of course. I want to go to bed. At least part of me does. I'm feeling a little eeper, but it's also like, am I really gonna do only 2 one-hour streams tonight? Really? I mean, technically that's my minimum of 2 hours worth of streaming, but I don't know if that's fair. Regardless, I hope everyone's doing well, and you enjoyed these streams, even if they are shorter than usual. I'll make it a point that tomorrow night, my Turf War and Vibe, before TMG, I'll make sure that's long enough. I sent you the photos on Discord if you want to see. Yeah, I'll check them out before I pass out tonight. Seeing this same name be gray in the jewel notification when it's normally blue, right? Yeah, no, okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one that was like thrown off by that. It's less about the brand and more about what you want. That's true. I want to be like real, but I also want to like I have like an expectation for myself that I should stream for 2 hours every stream. I feel like I'm letting folks down. Do what you feel. I feel a tire. Let's give it a few more moments. Now that the lo-fi's over, just listen to the crackle of the fireplace a little bit. And just a few more conversation. Not too much. I don't want to push it, but I don't want to let anyone down either. I will say though, when I say I want to be real, and I don't want to be some brand or anything, I want you all to just see me as a soul. See me as a person. Sure, I'm a streamer and a host, and that comes with some responsibilities and stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm just a person. I'm just Ojin. I'm just Jack. I'm just Lynn. You know what I'm getting at? I hope I'm making sense. When I serve your EPs, I mean, I will. I promise I will. I always try to stream with a friend so that I have someone to riff off, and it gives me somewhat a break makes it easier to stream longer. Honestly, that's what I do for Splatfests. I don't know. I like streaming. It's weird. I used to like playing multiplayer games more than single player before. Now, this is my favorite stream to do. Just talk about life, yap, take in a few deep breaths, sort of recenter ourselves. It's nice. That's authentic energy. Well, thank you, Robo. The way you present feels human and etc. Yeah, I want to. I want y'all to see me for me. More than a friend worth hanging out with. That's the vibe I want to get, so. Fine night, isn't it? I agree, Akeem. Hopefully you're doing well. I've been eating recently. Well, I'm glad I could provide that for you, Sergeant Stickman. That's nice to vibe. That's true. That's what I want to do. Peace, love, and good vibes, I say. I don't just say it just to say it. It's what I yearn for. It's what I crave. It's what I want to do and provide. Happy Day to Sonic, true! And Nintendo 64. Oh, hold on. I only have one hand because my other arm died, but I think I can still move. There's at least one thing I want to do before we end here. And that is to see up there. I'm genuinely curious what's over there. One-handed movement. Alright, let's... I can't really jump, so I have to just walk it. Looks like an archery range here, too. You can actually use archery? Oh no, they're axe throwing. Oh, I used to do that in college. Oh, that's cool. Okay, we'll definitely experiment with that later. There's a lot more to this world. We're gonna next VR chat and chill. We're gonna come back here. This world is pretty freaking neat. There's a lot to it I didn't really explore or do. Wow, what the? It kicked me. It didn't want me going up that way. Why not? There's a building that way. Why? I wanted to see what was over there. It looks like something. Why did it kick me from going over there? I'm dying to know what is that now. Hopefully it doesn't kick me again. Out of bounds, probably. Why does it look so pretty? I want to see how pretty. Let me see the pretty. It looks pretty over there. It looks like another cabin. I want to take a look. Maybe I was just approaching it at a bad angle. And because of that, that's why I kicked. No! Come on! Why would you tease me? Why would you tease me with the pretty... Fine. I guess it's just a background element. That's so disappointing. I wanted to see it. Looked like another cabin that I could, like, go up to. Oh well. At least we have this outdoor projector still, which is kind of neat. Got all excited. At least this part's neat about, like, the little lights in the trees going down to the dock. This part's cool. It just, like, that's so close in walking distance, but it just kicks you. Oh well. Can I one-hand this to another world? I think I can. Let's end on a different world, chat. Want a little... Let's go to Rainy Days. I don't think I've been to Rainy Days in a bit. No, wait. Wasn't that the one we ended on last time? Recent visited. Yeah, Rainy Days was what we ended on last time. Starlit Home is my home world. Lavender Loft's kind of nice, but I have to immediately mute the music. That's when I was playing as Hex. Tell me it was my old home. I'm on this one. I think this one was chill. You see the news today? Every time I hear the first part of that, I think it's gonna be like, holy shit, is this true? Alistair's been defeated by Lucifer? No, that self-absorbed sleepy head. I heard he got fair and square. I heard he got fucked with a chair. EP time. You know, part of me kind of wants to try sleeping in VR on stream. You know how some people have genuine sleeping streams? I'm debating if I should ever try that in VR. Just like, I'm gonna go hog shoe real quick. Let's take a little nappy on stream, why not? Just to be silly. Have like a sleepover day. That's literally just VR chat and chill sleepover. Get tired and genuinely like lay down at my desk or just rest my head on my desk and we can really EP talk. Where does he got him fair and square? I heard Vox fucked up with a chair. You know, I love that song. It's so silly. Yeah, Philadelphia, I think. Western Pennsylvania Fur Week. Interesting. That's kind of niche. I didn't know. Thanks for the intel. Hold on, my mouse was off. Okay, there we go. That sounds nice. Yeah, just a nice way to relax after a long day. Definitely would have to be a weekend, like a Friday night thing. Have like a dark mode. Not that dark. I'm really gonna fall asleep if it's that dark. But like, lay down and just... Excuse me. So I've had a stroke, it's true. But I'm not one to rest on my laurels. Grab an olive branch, go knock on some doors. Why should we start crossing swords? After all, we're both overlords. You know you wanna be bad with us. Come make angels mad with us. And ZZ. I want rain. Where's my rain? I actually turn off the rain. I don't want the rain off. Give me rain. Give rain. Give me rain. Grr. I wanted rain. Not making the rain sound effect. Oh, that's just actual weather. We can never eat with a device on our head. We move around too much while we sleep. See, I do the same, which is why probably at most I'd only pass out for like an hour. I feel like you have become more puppy brain since I talked to you last. I mean, probably. I genuinely, like, when I'm streaming and stuff, like, I genuinely yawn and, like, do, like, the and stuff like that. In person, I have to, like, stop myself from doing that, though, to not out myself. Sleep in VR, but doesn't, like, make it hard to sleep? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know either. I almost passed out once with VR. I was in one of my favorite worlds, Cuddle Me. I don't go to that world anymore on stream because the lo-fi gets copyrighted. But it's very cute. I'm not cute. Not true. So many precious little puppy sounds now. That's not true. I'm not precious, okay? I'm just a femby. Nothing precious. At all. Played a new Rhythm Heaven demo yesterday. Either I'm getting rusty or the songs seem tougher than normal. That's good to know. Comes to all furries eventually. Very true. Not true. Yes, you are. It's by all of us thinking you're precious. Well, that's... You all must be collectively hallucinating then. I need to stop yawning. Also been quick. That's not true. That's not. No. Nuh-uh. That's the no. When? How? I don't know what you're talking about. That no. Just choosing a mouse is not going to... Okay? Just using a mouse emote. Clicker app on my phone. Oh no. Remind me to watch out for that. Not that I'm clicking. Not that I am trained. At all. Okay? I'm not at all. I'm totally not. What are you... I'm not... Grr. Use it on them if you ever see them. No! To my VRC avatar. No! Installs an auto clicker. No! Stop! Plus a someone person. Treat? 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 Is there a treat? I could use some food. I already drank. Actually, let me take another sip of water. I do have water near me that I've been drinking. But a treat? I like treats. What kind of treat? The puppy train? Not true! I'm not puppy brain. I like food, okay? There's a difference. There's a difference. I just like food. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with liking food. I love snacks, okay? I like snackies. Can't go wrong with the snack. Best in the country, in my opinion. Really? Well, that's cool to know. My quest too slow. Well, I'm gonna run my machine soon anyway. Humans will go treat with those wide eyes and excited tone. Well, like, no comment, okay? No comment. No comment at all. Would you like a cookie? Ooh, what kind of cookie? You know what I could go for right now? It's a type of cookie I haven't had in a while. It's like the red velvet cookie with like the white chocolate chip. You know what I'm talking about? You ever have one of those? I haven't had one of those in forever, but those are good. It's pretty crazy. Well, that's cool to know. They got you there, grrr. Better no chocolate chip. I mean, OG's a bit different. OG can handle chocolate because the soul fire will burn the toxic substances. I'm a special kind of canine with a little bit of soul magic, and my soul magic lets me consume the chocolate. White chocolate macadamia? Yeah, like kind of like that, but it's like red. It's like a red cookie with like white chocolate chips. It's like red velvet, but with white chocolate. I forget the name of it though. They were good though. I feel like Chips Ahoy used to make them, or a company like it. I can't fully recall. I just know they were good. Humans and animals can. Yippee! You know, my soul fire is strong. It allows me to eat a lot. Oh, a lot of different things. Most that normal wolves and other candidates can't. Either that or that's the Jack side of me. I'm not sure what octolings can eat. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. You know, for South Carolina to see my boyfriend. Yippee! That's fun. Always traveling to see an SO is awesome. Happy for ya. All three of us have a Sona. Yeah. I'll make some creative Sona. See, the interesting thing about me is I sort of divide my soul into different Sonas to reflect different sides of myself. Jack, Ojin, and Lin are the most like me, right? So Jack, Ojin, and Lin pretty much are just me to a T, more or less. Then I have the Sonas that just highlight a specific aspect of my soul. So, Lavender, for instance, is my confidence of sorts. She's a bit more sultry. And she likes to tease. She really does enjoy getting a reaction. It's a lot of fun to do so. If I can make someone sound like TV static, I know I'm doing a good job. That's pretty much all Lavender. Then you have Hex, which Hex is the personification of my exhaustion, my burnout. When I'm at my lowest for motivation and everything, that's where Hex comes from. Hex is sort of the soul shards that float. So genuinely helped us get more comfortable with each other. Yippee! That's good to hear, Pearl Cherry and Vi. Should be easier. I'll use treats. I mean, honestly, dragging me to a convention is super easy. It's just a matter of timing. I have a full-time job now as a data specialist. I just need... The one goal I have right now, I like going to too many games every year. And then I'm trying to also save up to move out one day. I want to move out really bad. That way I could feel like I control my own schedule more. Because right now I'm kind of just coasting along. I don't feel like I'm really scheduling my own life other than too many games, honestly. Other than that, like, the days, the weeks, they kind of fly on by. AC is always in the beginning of July. Well, maybe next year. Maybe. Yes, I can. I go by they. Hi, Bella. Sorry, I was in the middle of a conversation. I watched the last act. Yes, I did. We talked about it a lot, actually. Jax's story really helped me come to terms with myself. I'm debating if I'm trans femme or not. But Jax's story about masking and the way she pushed other people away really just was a warning sign to me. Her character arc, her story, I take it as a cautionary tale to not mask myself, to be my genuine self without bottling up or without pushing people away. It's something I strive for, and I think it's a really good message. I miss Jax too. She was flawed. She wasn't the best person, but she knew she wasn't a good person either. And I think she wanted to be better. It was too late. I'm gonna miss Digital Circus, but I think I like how it wrapped up, personally. You know, so just as a possibly why not much deeper than that. I know lots of people who have multiple sonas in Deep Lore. You know, I'm one of those people. Hi. I have... Technically, it's weird I only had 2 sonas at first, just Jack and Ojin. Now, Lyn exists, but Lyn and Jack might fuse into one and become Jacqueline in the future. So then I would have Jacqueline and Ojin, Hex and Lavender. But right now it's just Jack, Lyn, Lavender, and hold on, the 5 is Jack, Ojin, Lyn, Lavender, and Hex. Sounds like they're lovely as well. True. They really ended like I broke your TV. Well, that's no good, Bella. I'm sorry to hear you broke your TV. But honestly, I kind of like how it ended. It kind of went with the whole theme of the show. The whole theme of the show is finding purpose in a mundane life. Jax cut herself off from the rest of the world. And because of that, she kind of reaped what she sowed. And I really like TADC for its message about still finding purpose amongst, well, others. Because, I mean, that's fair if you wanted to ship them and do that, but at the same time, I think the show went and did what it set out to do. I remember Gooseworks, the creator, she mentioned that Jax and Kane were both kind of reflections of her own struggles in life. And Kane opened up himself to change, and because of that, Kane was slowly able to redeem himself. Jax, on the other hand, closed the door, slammed the door shut, and because of that, she kind of got the bad ending for her. I have 2 sonas named Bruno and Vince. Bruno's a German Shepherd and Vince is a white Bengal tiger. That's cool, Stickman. Scratch and Jax are the same person. That's not true. Scratch was a programmer. Scratch was Matt Dobby. Oh yeah, Zubul and Gangle are 100% a thing. They were literally doing something. You know, if you're getting confused by the ending, Bella, Scratch, that scene in the finale, Scratch that was just a flashback sequence of Kane making Scratch. I did a circus. I went and saw it in theaters. Same here, Dr. Swablu. I thought it was awesome. They were fun. Yeah, no, genuinely, Zubul and Gangle were doing a bit of Devil's Tango together. It was a hilarious way to confirm that. Yeah, right? Like, doing that in the end credits was wild. Genuinely, just Gangle's door cracked open, Zubul's door shut, and little hearts flying out of it. Like, sibling bond, personally. Dr. Swablu, did you not see the end credits? The credits, hearts were coming out of Zubul's door. They were confirmed to be doing the Devil's Tango together. I'm sorry to shut that idea down, but Zubul and Gangle were actually doing something. There was an end credit scene, yes, in the credits roll. Ragatha walks past Zubul's door as hearts are flying out of it. Ragatha blushes and runs away, and you see Gangle's door cracked open, implying that Gangle went into Zubul's room and started doing the Devil's Tango. Episode 6 was Zubul's demand to Kane. Yeah, no, Zubul asking you for the ability to do that. I want the ability to have sex. I'm not confirming or denying if Jax deserved abstraction, but I will say that Jax wasn't a good person. I still love Jax as a character, but she's a warning sign of what not to do. She kind of abused Gangle, which was not right, and she definitely did a lot of wrong. Uh-oh, my headset's dying. She definitely did a lot of wrong, but I love her character being a tragic story. That's what I love about Jax the most, is that she messed up, and she kind of got repercussions for it. And because of that, it made a fictional story that really was a warning sign of not closing yourself off. If Jax just simply opened up to Pomni, instead of turning around and saying never mind, things would have played out a lot differently. The writers can write it that way, it seems kind of off to you. That's fair, but I kind of like their energy. In a way, she did do it to herself, and I think that created a stronger message. To me, anyway. It is very sad, but I think it being sad is kind of the purpose of the story. It's supposed to be a sad, tragic character. That's the way I interpret it, anyway. I think Jax was written well. I agree. Again, people can have their own opinions. People can believe what they want to believe. People are allowed to dislike the writing. Jax was the reason why I started that thought process of how much have I been masking? That was a genuine question I asked myself leaving that theater. Leaving that theater, and then 2 days later, seeing a YouTube short about how you can choose who you are if you're not happy with yourself. That opened up the floodgates for me. I feel the ending episode was rushed. It felt like it needed to be like 2 hours long. No, I will say there were definitely moments where I think characters kind of got shafted a little bit. It's not a perfect ending, but I still like the writing, and I still love the entire message of the series. Because of how easily we could have ended up the same. I feel like a lot of people could have ended up like Jax. And there are some people probably IRL that did end up like Jax. I know it's a heavy word to use, but it's a true word, and it's what abstraction is. It was confirmed abstraction is suicide. And the number one thing that comes to mind, look at the Trevor Project. If you don't know the Trevor Project is a suicide hotline for queer folks. And it was named after someone who was trans, who ended their own life. At least I'm 99% sure of that. I could be wrong on that, but I thought that was Trevor's story. But the point is, that kind of stuff can happen in real life. People shutting themselves off from the world, people lashing out at others without opening up, without communicating, without just talking, and emotions spiraling until you hit that lowest low, and then do something you can't take back. It happens, it's real, and it's sad. But that's why I'm so thankful to Gooseworks for portraying this very heavy feelings and topics in a character like Jax as sort of a warning, as a cautionary tale, so others don't end up on the same path. Because I don't want people to be on the same path as Jax. I don't want people abstracting. Tristan goes through is their journey from what it seems was that. Jax wasn't really ready to accept that part of themselves, so would it be disrespectful to gender them correctly before they themselves are ready? Gooseworks confirmed herself that you can use he, him, or she, her for Jax. That is what Gooseworks confirmed. For me, because Jax is a fictional character, because she couldn't live her life the way that she would be in the best possible ending, what we saw from Jax was the bad ending. We know that in the good ending that Gooseworks drew on Blue Sky, Jax would have transitioned in the circus. So when referring to Jax, I refer to her as she, her. Because for me, if I was closeted and I disappeared, I would want people to refer to me as what I would want to be, truly inside. It's implied that she already has accepted herself. There's not really any other deeply personal secrets that could fit in with the incident with her mom. That's true. But you get the idea. She knows it deep down. Exactly. But yeah, that's why I say she, her for Jax. Just because, hypothetically, if I was in her shoes, I'd want people to call me by my true self, even if I wasn't able to express that on the outside. That's just me, though. Again, Gooseworks said you could use either or. So, I would say take the word of the creator. Also, I'm not a good femby, not true, Joseph, but hopefully you're doing well. She could have possibly told her mom would get her off her back about being less of a man than her father or just as bad as him. Yeah, exactly. That's the way I took it too. I've gotten a chance to reconcile with Ribbit and Kaufmo. I mean, I agree to that, but also that's part of the tragedy of it, is that because they're all abstracted, they can't come back from abstraction. She definitely had a chance. They both reached out multiple times. Yeah, which again is part of the tragedy of Jax. People reached out to her, but she still refused. She reaped what she sowed. And that's why I love her. I love her character and her story. The tragedy of their character, she didn't take any of them. Exactly. She kept repeating the same thing over and over in her head. Why do you care? You shouldn't care. I don't deserve it. It's whether trans people want to be called whatever they are in life. I mean, that's fair. That's true. At the end of the day, just ask people their pronouns. That's the number one thing, is just ask people their pronouns. I was always taught, when I was first meeting folks in the community, it's okay to default to they, them, and then ask for their pronouns and what makes them comfortable. And that's kind of what the advice I took to heart. For Jax, we know her pronouns set he, him, she, her. Just like Lee. I almost made this a 2-hour stream now. It's 11 o'clock. I need to be up by 6 for work. I'm sure I almost had the same thoughts as Jax. Understandable. You know, those thoughts are relatable. The why do you care? You shouldn't care about me thoughts. Or build it to Jax's attraction, it felt super jarring. I actually love that point. I love how sudden Jax's abstraction is to me, because again, I'm gonna say the word because that's what it is. Abstraction is suicide, and that kind of stuff happens abruptly. You don't know when it's gonna happen. If it could happen so suddenly like that. And I think the jarringness of it is intended. It's like a jump cut. 1 second, you see Jax just turning around saying, never mind. And the next moment, you see an abstraction. Well, hold on. Hope that one day Pomni and the others will find a way to undo Jax's abstraction. I like that as a fan theory, but I don't know if it can. I don't know if abstraction can be undone. Never thought of it like that. It's perfect, actually. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was confirmed by Goose. His abstraction is that. It happens suddenly and without warning. So Jack's just attracting like it. It makes sense. Makes it even more sad, but it makes sense. Well, that's heavy thoughts. I am getting pretty tired. I also want to try on my tights that I got, so I think here's where I'm gonna wrap it up. For real this time. I'm down one controller, one hand. My headset's low on battery, I plugged it in. But I think for real we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you all for both my voice zoo tonight and also this stream. Excuse me, hiccup. I feel like Kane would have done that a long time ago. That's true. All code and abstraction is just corrupted code. Corruption can be fixed or backed up. That is true. Maybe. Building up since episode 6. That is true. Transfer the voice actor of Kinger? Oh, the VA for King is a furry? That's cool. He shredded me. I like Kinger. Kinger's one of my favorite characters. It's my third favorite character next to... Kane's probably second, and then Jax is probably first. But that's so cool you know the VA for Kinger. Wait! Kinger's Bubsy in 4D? I was playing Bubsy 4D. What? I own Bubsy 4D. Kinger's Bubsy? What? And he's Rivali too? How the hell did I not know those things? I love connecting voice actors. How did I not know that? Oh my gosh. He's actually a cat. Wow. That's so cool, though. I didn't know he VA'd in so much other things. Wow. Well, the more I know. I need to study up on my VA work a little bit. Like, I recognize some voice actors, but I didn't know Kinger's VA was in so much. Oh yeah, I know Gangle about being Oblivia because I know Gangle is also a VTuber. I know a bit about Gangle's VA. Not too much, but I know a little bit. Like most of the Rito and the Great Deku Tree. That's so cool. That's so neat. Oh my gosh, I could go off on rambles about VA work. I really want to get into VA work too. You see how fluctuatory my voice is? Like, I go from, like, this is my quote-unquote cis voice, if you want to call it that. This is what I disguise myself with every day at work and with life when I'm not streaming. I still can sound like this at times, but it doesn't really suit me as well. I much prefer my voice getting higher. I much prefer letting my voice fluctuate. And yeah. Got my own voice range. I got all sorts of voices I do. And I want to get better at. And according to my calculations, we should be already in bed. Speak for yourself. I kind of like it here. I think we should stay up longer. After all, sleep is for the weak. I don't know about that one. I think everyone deserves their beauty rest. It's fun to voice act. First Lock Days, now Digital Circus, all indie anime should be taking place in St. Louis. Wow. Yeah, that's where they said the bus stop was, right? Pretty sure. Alright, chat. For realsies, I should call it. I keep saying that and then I keep debating myself out of sleep. But I should. I have work. One more full day of work and then a half day of work on Thursday. Then I'm off to Too Many Games 2026. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being here for my 2 streams tonight. I hope you all had a good time. Dr. Swablu, it was nice catching up. Everyone in chat, thanks for being here. Appreciate you all. I'm not lovely. Grr. Was fun seeing you again. Same. Hopefully you have a good one. I gotta go eat her. If you like the stream, like if you like the VR chat and chill. And I will see you all whenever I stream. Oh, tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll stream Turf War and Vibes Splatoon 3s. Have a good one. Sweet dreams to you as well, everyone. Peace, love, and good vibes. See you in the next one. Bye bye. I can't find the end stream button. There it is.